Hi Taurus, and welcome to your general reading. This is the Dream Medium. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in. So let's look into your life, Taurus. What's going on with my Taurus, Sun, Moon, Venus, or Rising? What's happening in Taurus's life? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Venus, or Rising? The World paired with the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Let's see, Taurus. Temperance. Ooh, okay. All right. The High Priestess, Three of Swords, Ace of Swords. I feel like someone here wants to do right by you now, Taurus. They want to do the right thing now. Let's see. Clarify the world. Yeah, because they were doing some sneaky stuff. Seven of Swords is here. Yeah. Clarify the world. Clarify the world. Clarify the world. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. That was me. Clarify the world. Clarify the world. Clarify the world. Ace of Wands, the Hangman. I feel like things aren't going how this person would like things to go. So this is what I'm seeing. I definitely feel like this individual was dealing with another person in the past. So the World card is someone who is really at the borderline of either going back to their past or starting a new beginning. The World card is all about completion. So this individual was dreading having to complete a cycle with someone from their past. Okay, it looks like a situation where they were romantically connecting with an individual who clearly wasn't good for them, but it's like they prolonged the relationship and did not want to end it, did not want to complete that cycle with that particular individual. Of course, this could be you, this could be you or it could be them. So just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. By the way, these cards are not gender specific. They're energies that anyone can embody. But what I'm seeing here is things were very stagnant between the two of them and the other person who they were with, who they were refusing to complete this cycle with. Things were so stagnant. Like the Ace of Wands, this is typically passion, right? A passionate new beginning. Then you have the Hangman, which is a stagnant energy. The Hangman is no action, a lack of action, someone who's at a standstill. So there was no progression. There was no movement between them and the other person. And I even feel like looking at the Six of Pentacles, because the Six of Pentacles talks about balance needing to be restored. Okay, so it's really a situation where I can't even feel, I'm trying to feel what the situation was with the other person. Tell me more about the Six of Pentacles. The Fool. King of Swords. Okay, I get it. They couldn't move forward. Yeah, they could not move forward with the other person. It's like their mind, I think with this individual, they were seeing another person who they were not in love with, but it's like their pride and ego was trying to persuade them to stay with that other person for whatsoever reason. Their pride and ego was trying to persuade your person to stay with that other individual, even though your person's heart was not in it, was not in the connection. That's why there was never any progression between the two of them. It could have even been a situation where maybe the two of them were wanting to move things to the next level, and then your person, backed out. Your person backed out at the last minute because their heart was not in it. So the second that they were needing to make a big step or take a big step with that person, they were like, I can't. My heart isn't in it. But it's like, why were you dreading this ending then? I think this is an individual where it's like the heart versus the mind. Maybe their mind, tends to persuade them that that connection would be easier, but then their heart is calling out for you. It's really interesting because I was trying to pick up on how they felt about the other romantic partner that they were dreading to complete this cycle with, and it's so dry. It's so dry between the two of them. There's no feelings there from your person, yet they were dreading ending that connection. I hope this makes sense. So when I clarify the Six of Pentacles, you have the Fool and you have the King of Swords. So it looks like it was like an unrequited love situation where they thought that the love between you and them was unrequited. So I guess they just thought it would be easier to stay with the other person. But then that love was also unrequited because they were not as interested in the other person as the other person was interested in them. I'm sorry, you guys, it's so windy. That's the background noise that you're hearing. You have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles talks about, this is the maximum pentacles in tarot is 10, and you have all 9 here. This person is now single. Okay, this person is now single. The Nine of Pentacles is a single energy. They're now more so focusing on themselves, work, finance. But yeah, it's like with the Fool is a risk taker wanting to take a new beginning. And then the King of Swords. The King of Swords is an excellent communicator. He may not be the best communicator or the warmest communicator, but he's very blunt and honest, very straightforward. And so I feel like that's why they're coming in to take this risk towards you. The Seven of Swords is here. Yeah, this individual, I mean, I just feel like this person is just so dry. And when I say dry, I mean like emotionally. They don't like, it's like, they don't like to show emotions. They may even be really stuck up and just, they're not very warm. They're just very cold. And I don't, I really feel like you're the first person that this individual is definitely in love with you. Definitely. And they don't know what to do. That's most likely why they were trying to prolong this connection with the other person. I think it's a situation where from their point of view, it's like, it's easier to be cold and distant with someone who they're not interested in, than to do it to someone who they are in love with, because they can't keep up this cold exterior with you. They do have feelings for you. That's why they're here as the Seven of Swords, because in a sense, they are very sneaky. Seven of Swords is someone who lies, could even cheat. This is just someone who's very deceitful, and they try to cover it up or get away with it. And that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to stay in this other connection with the other person for as long as they could, because that meant they could run away from their feelings for you. But it didn't work out that way, because it looks like the other person was wanting, more. And when it was time for them to take that next step together, your person backed out because they realized that they are not who they really want to be with. Clarify the Temperance. Clarify the Temperance. Ace of Cups, Strength. Nine of Cups, clarify Temperance. Ten of Pentacles. on the back of the moon. Yeah, these are their hidden feelings. This is what they kept from you for so long. It's like the Temperance represents balance and harmony. This person deep down, if you take away that like pride, ego, you know, I don't know. This is just a very dry individual. That's just a word that I keep on using. But in clarity of the Temperance representing harmony and balance, you have the Ace of Cups. So they do want a partnership with you, definitely. The Ace of Cups represents a divine offer of a second chance. So this is what they're wanting, but they're not expressing it with the moon. They're missing you like crazy. Look, Three of Wands is here. Three of Wands, which is someone who's waiting for their ships to sail in, waiting for an opportunity to be with you. You even have the Strength card that's here. There's a lot of passion, and that's what happens when you suppress your feelings for someone. You end up wanting them even more. You know, this is all the build up passion and love that they've been keeping from you for so long. And now they're having to like tame themselves. You have the Ten of Pentacles. All right, this is very impressive. I mean, Pentacles represents abundance, and you have the Maximum Pentacles here. The Ten of Pentacles represents a long-term commitment that's guaranteed to be abundant. So this could really work out, but this person has got to heal from something. They're like this person is like numb. They're so cold. They are so cold. And perhaps their lesson in all of this is meeting someone who actually, meeting someone who they fell in love with. I don't feel like this person has ever felt this way about anyone. They're so used to being cold and distant to everyone. You have the Knight of Cups that's here. So the Knight of Cups, this is an individual. I always jokingly say the Knight of Cups is like doing the walk of shame, someone who did wrong, and now they're doing the walk of shame back to that person who they wronged to make things right. That's pretty much what this individual is going to be doing. Yeah. I wonder what happened to this person to make them so cold and make them intentionally like resent love. So you have the high priestess. Let's look more into this High Priestess. Ten of Cups, clarify the High Priestess. What was that? Four of Swords, Devil, Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Five of Swords. Show me who the High Priestess is representing. I feel like this is you. I feel like this is you. The High Priestess is someone who's very intuitive, okay? Very intuitive, very spiritually in tune, very insightful. This person hurt you really bad. But I feel like your spiritual side is trying to get you to understand why they did what it is that they did. And I think that's when you really recognize how much you love someone, where you try to understand why they hurt you. It's like you are very insightful. So when this person hurt you, instead of you retaliating or trying to hurt them back, you actually use your intuition, you use your insight, and you dissected the situation and you looked right through them and you saw that this is an individual who has been hurt and wants to hurt other people. Hurt other people. The Three of Swords represents heartbreak. And then you have the Ace of Swords. So you want the truth from this individual because your intuition is telling you that they're in love with you, but then they show you the opposite of that. And I definitely agree. That's why as the reader, I caught on to that as well. Your intuition is telling you, your spirituality is telling you that this is someone who's in love, but then you don't see proof of it. They don't act like it. And so you use your insight to try and understand why this person behaves this way, right? I feel like that's what you do at least. But you just want the truth. You want the truth. You want clarity here with the Ace of Swords. I feel like with the Ten of Cups, This is the Ten of Cups. This is like a happily ever after card. This is unconditional love that you have for this individual. You're willing to understand them, you know, you're really willing to understand this person. You already have. You've already sort of pinpointed and studied them, and you understand why they do certain things, even though it's not justified, you know? Just because you've been hurt before doesn't mean you need to hurt other people. It's not justified, but you at least understand why it is that they do that. So you're here now as the High Priestess, more so waiting for an apology, waiting on clarity, waiting on the truth, but you still have unconditional love for this individual. You're still willing to work on things with them, if and only if they are willing to admit that they have an issue that they need to work on, that they have problems that they need to work on. Okay. 10 of Wands. Yeah, you haven't released this. 10 of Wands is someone who's carrying, past baggage, carrying a lot of burdens, worries, stress. I feel like you had to take a step back from this individual because it was just getting too much. They were just too cold. The coldness, because I know the King of Swords can be very mean. Yeah. The King of Swords is sharp-tongued. And I feel like you really just had to take a step back from this individual because this is someone who hurts people that they love, and that's not the way to love. That's not how you love people. This person has to heal from things, and they have issues that they need to work on. And you are aware of it. You see right through them. But you also have to learn to protect yourself as well from this individual, because you can't keep on taking those hits, those blows, especially with their words. You can't keep on taking them. So I feel like you had to remove yourself from what they were doing to you, from that situation, and just love them from a distance. I feel like you and this person are like opposite lovers. I feel like you're more so warm. You're here as the Knight of Wands, very warm, fiery, passionate, very lively. When you love with all your heart. You love recklessly, but in a good way, lots of passion here. And then you're dealing with someone who's just stone cold. Four of Swords. I feel like you're healing. Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is someone who is like exhausted, mentally drained. You're done trying to calculate and figure out this person. The point is they have issues that they need to work on, and you see right through it because you're the High Priestess. The High Priestess is very intuitive. She can't be deceived. You have the Devil. I want to look more into the Devil, clarify the Devil. This individual, you may even be aware of Nine of Swords, King of Pentacles. You, my friend, may even be aware of some of their toxic traits. The Devil card represents toxicity. And you're very sharp-minded. You're very intuitive. So maybe this person has some addictions, or you're aware of specific toxic habits, behavioral patterns of theirs. Okay. Three of Pentacles, big third-party card. But I feel like in this specific reading, it doesn't have to be an actual third party. Okay, it could be everyone's story is going to vary. It could be a third party who's like toxically, is that even a word, toxically? Who they are bound to, and it's very toxic between the two of them. But I feel like what the specific codependency it is that the both of them have on each other. That this person has a toxic trait, and that's why they were dreading leaving that other person. What their toxic trait is, whether that's like some sort of addiction, because you put the spotlight on them and the other person, and you dissected, analyzed, calculated, figured out, you investigated your stuff. Taurus. So you have the King of Pentacles. This is the King of Abundance. I feel like one of the things that you also realize is that this individual may just be a very greedy person. That could be one of the codependencies between them and the other person that they used to be with. Maybe it was money. Because, positively, the King of Pentacles is someone who's like financially abundant, loyal, committal, just a good person. But then on the negative side, this is someone who's also very materialistic and greedy. Maybe that's maybe that's what you believe. That's what you saw right through their relationship, is that it was just superficial and materialistic. Yeah, I feel like that's what it was, because then you even have another pentacle card, 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords. Tell me more about the 7 of Pentacles and 9 of Swords. Yeah, that is what it is. Look, the moon. But you're the High Priestess. You see things 10 steps ahead. You're intuitive. So you're keeping this a secret. And the High Priestess is very secretive because she knows things that other people don't know. So that is the big secret that was between them and the other person, who they were just sticking to and refusing to complete the cycle with them. Even though there was no love there, they were getting some sort of materialistic benefits. That's why they're here as the King of Pentacles. Yep. Wow. You even have the Judgment and the 3 of Wands. This individual will have to make a final decision. Do I choose money and materialism, or do I choose the person who has my heart? The person who my heart is calling out for? And they're missing you. 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands is someone who is waiting for their ships to sail in. They're waiting for an opportunity to be with you. I feel like you're just waiting on this person to do the right thing, and they will. They already have started. They're already completing cycles from their past. Okay, look at them here on the back, the star, manifestation. Hopefully they come in before it's too late, right? You can only wait on someone for so long. So Taurus, I really hope that this reading helps. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember, it's general, so take what resonates, leave what does not. If you're interested in a private reading, the link to my website is in the description box. Also, please like, comment, and subscribe to support my channel. Thank you guys. Take care.